In this example, we're going to use unit analysis to change what we're given, which is a number of births in 1 year, to a number of births per minute. That's the first part. So to do this, I'm going to first write what we're given, the number of births, and that's per 1 year. Just abbreviate that. Now, from this point, we're going to start using some well-known conversion facts. Like, for instance, we know that 1 year contains 365 days. And how we're going to use this is we're going to rewrite this conversion fact as a fraction in a way so that we are eliminating the unit year, and we're going to be left with the unit days. It's going to look something like this. We're going to place the 1 year in the numerator and the 365 days in the denominator. Now I'm doing it like this because eventually I'm going to cancel out these like units, that one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. They would divide each other out, we could say, or think of it like that. And another reason I'm writing it like this is because again, 1 year is equal to 365 days. And when we divide two things that are the same, it is essentially 1. Multiplying by 1 does not change the thing that you're multiplying the 1 by. So in other words, this value is going to stay the same. What's going to change as we go through this process is only the units. So I'm going to keep going through this process with other facts about time, such as 1 day has 24 hours. So I can write that like so, where I'm going to purposely put the days unit here in the numerator, because remember, we're thinking ahead that these two are going to cancel. The hours will go here in the denominator, and then I write those values. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. And I can keep going with this. Let's see, we've got another fact that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so again, hours here in the numerator, because I'm purposely placing it this way so that it will eventually cancel. Minutes here in the denominator. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, and I'm going to stop at this point because I wanted to find birth rates per minute. So let's see what cancels, we say, when we mark through these units that are in numerator and denominator, these like units. So notice year, days, there's 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator, we can cancel it. Hours, 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator, we can cancel it. We are left with the units births in the numerator, minutes in the denominator, which is births per minute. Births per minute. So we are multiplying fractions. I just want to multiply these numerators straight across. This large number, what is that, 3 million something, times 1 times 1 times 1 is the exact same number. And I keep that unit, births. In the denominator, I'm multiplying 1 times 365 times 24 times 60. I can do that over here in my calculator real quick. Okay, and this is the number I get in the denominator. The units left here are minutes. And so I think I'm asked to round to the nearest tenth as needed. So I'm not going to type this in as my answer. I'm not even going to type it in as a reduced fraction. Instead, I'm just going to divide these two things. So let's come over here and divide. And rounded to the nearest tenth, that is 7.1, because that 5 would round up the 0 to the 1. So that's how we get 7.1 births per minute. For the second part of this question, we're asked the birth rate in units of birth per 1,000 people to determine that. So I'm going to erase what I've got here just for some space. What I've done to start with here is I've just written out the births per million people, and I'm given that information up here that there were 391 million people, and I want to change that to births per 1,000 people. So essentially I'm changing millions to thousands, and I'm asking myself then how many thousands are in 1 million? Well, 1 million is the same as 1,000 thousands. Oops, let me spell that right. And if you're looking at that and thinking, how would I know that? I would just write it out. So here is 1 million, but at the thousandths place, okay, this place, if I were to move my decimal point here, let's say to get to that place, I would have 1,000 thousands. So that's a little strange to think of it that way, but that's that unit conversion. Again, I want to arrange my units so that the millions will be opposite of the denominator. If I've got million here, I want million in the numerator, so eventually they will cancel, but not just yet. And I'll write 1 million is the same as 1,000 thousands. Then, when I multiply across, these two are eliminated, and I have, let's see here what we end up with in the denominator. So just like in the last problem, we were asked to round to the nearest tenth. I'm going to do the same thing here in my calculator so I can get a decimal value. Okay, and I get 9.5 whenever that's rounded to the nearest tenth. So that's why you see 9.5 births per 1,000 people.